Though it seems like it most times, narcissists don't fool everybody. There are plenty of people in this world that see right through a narcissist and their games.
You have no degrees whatsoever, like me. No medical, no psychological, no anything certified in none of it. None of it, like me. None of it. So if you have teachers, where's your degree? You have no teachers. You have people you study and then mimic and then hone your talents. These are lectures. I don't have teachers on narcissism. This is what you don't understand. I don't have teachers. I never had a teacher. I read the medical definition and the psychological definitions of narcissism, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and I put it all together in my head with the help of one therapist in New Jersey, the one I would trust, the only person I would trust, and the only person I would actually bounce anything off of. Why? Because she lived it with me. She went through the whole thing with me. She saw it from both sides. That's why. I don't go to anybody for advice, opinions. I don't look at anybody else's channels. Not Sam Backen, not the New Zealand guy. I'm not even shitting on any of them. They do what they do, but I have my own thing. I have my own philosophy. I don't even know what they say. It doesn't matter to me. Why? Because even if people who get mad at some of the things I say, I don't care. Why? Why? Because I know eventually I'm proven right.
There's one person in this world that I trust. That's it. That's it.
One therapist in New Jersey, the one I would trust, the only person I would trust, and the only person I would actually bounce anything off of. Narcissism, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder.
So at least get your fucking facts straight. At least know what the fuck you're talking about, you sad sack of pathetic shit.
I guess you guys are liking these. And this one is hold on to your hats, kids.
He raised over $5,000 from you guys to help rescue his daughter. And he never spent a single penny, not for a lawyer, not to see his daughter, just for the con. Ask him for an accounting of the money. Ask him if he has sent a penny of the money he begs here to his daughter.
Based on my own research and interpretation of the circumstantial evidence, what her opinion and research of the circumstantial evidence is, watch my 3-part series entitled Ollie Mathews, Did Ollie Mathews Commit GoFundMe Fraud? And make up your own mind about the evidence I presented. let's just say it's true. You know what? You're right. I did it. You got me. You got me. Go turn it over to the DA and the local police. Oh, wait a minute.
Even in the face of written, irrefutable evidence, you can't argue with it. There is no reasoning. There's no explaining your way out of this. When it's all said and done, it comes down to, yeah, you're crazy. The mortgage company, I looked at the terms of the deal. The deal is actually very good. It's very fair. It's going to save us a lot of money. And you keep a foreclosure off my back. I made the agreement to then go ahead and sign the new modification myself, with the agreement that I would be able to talk to my daughter twice a week.
What? What the fuck?
I want that to happen. So your question would be, well, what about the $2,800 from the GoFundMe? Well, after speaking with my attorney, I still, and I made this clear to my ex-wife because she didn't know somebody had sent her the link to the GoFundMe after I kind of made this agreement with her, trying to screw up my custody. And this is something completely separate because people are just jerks thinking somebody who had a vendetta against me trying to screw me over. But I have irrefutable evidence of what happened, that wasn't going to happen. So bottom line is, I'm going to go, and then instead of going for the full custody with the attorney, we're going back to New Jersey to hammer out an actual legal visitation for me in Florida, her in New Jersey, phone calls, visitation, the whole nine, which I didn't have because it was made clear that it doesn't matter what's going to happen, what you go through, what you get, it's going to be battled. They don't really have that option anymore. So the GoFundMe will continue because I'm still going to need the retainer and some travel expenses to go back and forth until my financial situation goes. But the retainer is going to be used to work out a brand new custody agreement. There's going to be expenses. Anybody who's gone through that, I really don't have to explain it all that much. And I made it clear to my ex-wife that, no, I'm not going to try to take custody from you at this point. But based on the 5 years of what has been going on with me not being able to talk to my kid, this needs to happen. So I say to her, I'm never signing off on that fucking house. Never. Unless you let me vacate. I'll sign off on my parental rights, and you will never fucking hear from me again. My ex-wife has my phone blocked, my emails blocked, Facebook blocked. Not that I even ever contacted her on any of those meetings. The day I joined Facebook, I'm talking about within 5 minutes of me joining Facebook, I was blocked. And not because I knew that, not because I tried to get on her page, because I saw her as a suggestion, suggested friends, and then it was gone. And then she was completely deleted off Facebook. So within immediately, and I know what happened because my father sits on Facebook all day. He saw me pop up. The calls went out. But that's a subject for another video.
Really?
But this is what really set me off. She says to me, how I verbally and mentally abused her for all these years.
That's why my daughter wants nothing to do with me.
The same fucking nonsense was going on when I was in New Jersey and separated from that fat bitch. And you are a fat bitch, Carrie. You are fat. There's no two ways about it. And you're just miserable. And, there's no reason for you to be other than you're just lazy. You're just a fat, lazy oaf of a woman. And that's all you ever were. That's all you're ever gonna be.
Wowee!
I made an agreement now with my ex-wife. I'm not going to talk about her on this channel negatively anymore. We came to an understanding. Because I have to look at this logically, financially, and what's actually going to be in the best interest of, first, my daughter, secondly, myself.
I'm like, Carrie, it's 10 o'clock at night. Like, what do you want me to say here? You put diving practice, my father, who you know I hate, who you know has been screwing around on my channel, and I knew this was coming. And then she tried to act like she didn't know what I was talking about. And then you went to, again, what do you care with these stupid, these women are stupid, and, letting it go. I'm like, and then you go to your friends' houses that you're there 3 times a week. And then I'm at the end. And she's like, oh, we're not there 3 times a week. I'm like, regardless, you are. But even if you're not, you're there all the time. And then she hands the phone back to Aaron. And Aaron screams at me, well, I wanted to spend time with Poppy, enormous, because he's the father figure you can never be. Words I've heard from, that's right out of my drunk eating enormous and my ex-wife's playbook.
Hello, my name is Oliver Mathews. Hi again, everybody. This is Ollie Mathews.
Thank you for watching. This is Ollie Mathews, and I'll see you all again real soon. Thanks. Bye. This is Ollie Mathews. Thanks for watching. See you all again shortly. Bye.
This is Ollie Mathews.
What's going on over here? Because I heard Matthew screaming at the top of his lungs, like, Matt, open the door. I'm coming in. So I go to open the door. I open the screen.
Schuster.
Laura Schuster, 71.
I am here with my wife, Charlene.
They've done some deep digging on me and Charlene. Charlene.
Hi everybody, this is O Sparrow.
Do you smell shit? I smell shit!
Oh, you done did it now, boy.
Wash your ass! I'm not gonna tell you again. Wash your ass!
I had an accident on one of those Lime scooters. Broke my right elbow. They were like on the right one. They're like, we don't even need the X-ray. That's fractured. The left one we think might be okay, but they were right. The right one was the one fractured. The left one they think might be a hairline in there somewhere. That's from the abrasion of the fall. I'm feeling bad, but they're broken. They are. They're fractured. They just are. and they hurt, and doing things with my finger and still pulling it hurts. And they told me it's going to be 3-4 weeks. And my biggest fear is I'm going to lose all this progress I made, you know, in the gym. And, you know, it's just frustrating.
And hopefully by the end of this video, there will be no question to anybody who watches it why I left, why I had to leave, and who the problem is. Hopefully by the end of this video, anybody who watches it and still would think that I am the problem here whatsoever, well, you're either stupid or you just don't want to see the truth.
I have my self-sabotaging behaviors. You know, mine is food. I'm a stress eater. And what people don't know or didn't realize is how I was using food was basically how a lot of people use drugs. I mean, I would do 2 full bags of Doritos, a pizza, bacon double cheese with fries. This is all in a day. 12-pack of soda. Was always diet, and I still haven't given up the soda.
Dance, dance to the dead, 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 dance to the dead, 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 dance, dance to the dead, 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 dance to the dead, 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 dead.
Here's my statement for today. Opiates, opioids, whatever you want to call them, are absolute poison. They are horrendous.
By the way, this is the reason why I'm drinking. I haven't drank in 2 weeks. This is why I'm drinking now. Thanks. Like, they can't even fathom, you know, that maybe I might be really depressed because I freaking just totaled a car that I really needed. You know, like, maybe that's the reason I was so down that day. You know, like, I'm the one that calls up government agencies. I'm the one that gets results. I'm the one that gets things done. So don't fuck with me.
And you obviously just didn't proofread it. You didn't, again, and when you just send this out looking for help and you don't proofread it, you don't edit it, you just send out a wall of text that tells me you have entitlement issues yourself, that you expect people to do things for you, that you just throw it out there and people just got to figure it out for you. See, like, once you cross the line and I don't like you, once you've crossed the line and I don't like you, I will come at you viciously and pull out your fucking soul and show it to you in the world. And you go after them, you're going after their fucking soul. You're pulling it out, ripping it out of their body, and you're showing it to them and the world. Like, I got you. I got your mannerisms, and I'm letting you and everyone here knows that I got you. That's why they're laughing. That you're using him. That you're using him. I don't know why. I don't know why after listening to me go on and on and on for 9 hours that it would blow up. And I'm like, come on. You knew what you were doing. I'm attractive. I'm athletic. He's not attractive inside or out. You sound horrible. Aw, you mean he was choosing other people over your vagina? Just as I thought. Just as I thought. You're the joke. You are a stereotype of a spoiled, entitled little brat whose only value is her vagina. Is who wants to fuck you. And you putting all your value in this guy based on whether or not he wants to chase you around and who he wants to hang out with. You said it yourself, like he's choosing other people, even though it's never gonna fucking happen, you told him. You're horrible. You're horrible. Borderline personality with all the histrionic helpings that you can pile on top. That's you, June. He may have issues, but you're the major issue. You're the problem. There is no splitting hairs. You can't change this fucking guy. You're not going to be the one. You don't have a magic vagina that's going to change him and make it all better, and it ain't happening. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your vagina right now. Stop letting it run your life. I think you probably have crossed the line and become a narcissist. Absolutely. Actually, more borderline personality disorder. But you're definitely on the spectrum. And I'm going to tell you this. If you can't leave this guy right now and do what's best for your child, put your child up for adoption. Because that's what's best. Because you are in no position and no condition to take care of this child. They're full of shit. They don't even see it. They are everything they accuse us of being. Everything, including angry. You go right to attacking her gender by belittling her. And this is where gays get a bad rap, is this type of shit you're doing. This is the type of shit-stirring nonsense that most of society doesn't want to deal with. You're looking for a man to pull you out. You're doing what women do when I say their only value is in their pussies. Is your only value in your ass? I mean, is that it? Is that your only value in life? It's not going to work, Adam. Just like it's not going to work for a woman, okay, who thinks through her friggin' vagina, okay, who's going to try to use her vagina to solve all her fucking problems in life, okay? You cannot use your mouth and your asshole to bail you out of this. Okay, it's a sick, depraved fucking world, sociopathic world you are immersed in. Somehow, being prostituted since the 90s isn't rock bottom for you. I don't know what is. You can't fucking suck your way out of this. You can't. Because you can't fucking suck your way out of it. You can't. So, I hope that helps. Thank you for your contribution and your story. And it goes to show there has been an assimilation problem with immigration. We have to assimilate. We haven't been assimilating our immigrants for generations now. And now you have a bunch of first-generation immigrants who were never assimilated into American culture but are experts at it and want to destroy it. You don't even I can't even begin to tell you everything that's wrong with that statement. Everything that's wrong.
Wants $150. Why? You're paying for the session anyway. If the session is being charged anyway to my ex-wife's insurance policy, you understand? To my ex-wife's insurance policy, then why are you charging me $150? She's in the therapy anyway. So what the fuck is the difference, okay, if I'm there or not? Do you understand what these fucking therapists do? This is about the money, and you just saw it happen. He's getting paid. So now he wants to double dip on the same fucking pay. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Today is another day that Casey puts her sex life ahead of her children. Still, Casey, kids still aren't important enough, are they?
And this comment, it's 2 comments. It comes from Deborah Cloven 64. It sounds like your mom is really wounded, and I would be too if my own son continually threw me in front of a train for the affection and approval of others to the point of exposing my rage and frustration before the world. Meanwhile, you were sure to keep your responses appropriate as if witnessed. Only you did wish she were dead, Mr. Appropriate. And while you were reporting on your mother to your so-called girlfriend, strange how you responded the only person you had was your brother, not your girlfriend. She's right. You're a loser and a big disappointment as a son. I'm never one to correct grammar or spelling, but if you're going to call somebody a loser, spell it right. So then she sent a second message. By the way, my mom is NPD and I love her anyhow. I just use boundaries in a creative and a loving way. In short, I don't set myself up anymore, and if I do, I take responsibility for my own undoing. Get help. That little girl you adore can easily vilify you in your old age. So there is 2 things going on with Deborah Cloven 64. Number 1, she is a narcissist because I'm telling you, that voice on my mother's voice on that phone call has been her voice 100 times in her life. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Secondly, her mother probably does have NPD because we know this stuff is handed down. And then she sees these people, they see a video like this, people who are hanging in there, and then they realize, oh, all I had to do was walk away, and then they're jealous.
I could easily sit here and say, you know, I want all of my subscribers to call up the Borough of Leonia Building Department, which is readily available online, and start telling everybody in the office that you're married to a drunken, child-touching, abusive idiot. That's who they got hired. I could tell everybody, go look up the Borough of Leonia Building Department and do the same. I could do that. And you would get plenty of calls, believe me. Believe me. I could put out your home phone number. Brian, Alfred Brian Schuster. I could put out your home phone number and address in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. Brian, Alfred Brian Schuster. But I don't. I don't say call Brian all hours of the night, drunky and meat. I don't say go try to find their phone number and hunt them down and harass them. I never did that. I don't say go find the number for the Borough of Leonia Building Department and let them know they got a child molesting, drunken, abusive bitch working in their office who colluded to steal a house from her own son, and it's recorded. But I don't. I never told anybody to do any of those things. I'm not doing it now. I never told anybody to do any of those things. I'm not doing it now.
So I call up there, no answer, no answer. Call twice, no answer. I left messages. I call from my cell number, because I was always calling from my house. I call from my cell number, and lo and behold, guess who picks up? It's him. Because apparently I had his cell phone. It wasn't even his business. I had his cell phone number. And at no time did he ever ask me anything, what was going on from my perspective. He hasn't asked me one question, ever. Ever. This vague bullshit keeps talking to me about, I'm not sure if I can talk to you. Well, what proof has been given to you that I can't? They would have to show some kind of order that I am to have no contact with my daughter. That's not it. We have joint split custody. I have a right to know. Now, do I want to know what's going on verbatim in the session? No. But are you telling me as a trained doctor that you don't know how to deal with this situation? Are you honestly trying to tell me it takes 3 years when the father's been in contact with you, begging you to tell me anything? How you're helping my daughter? But she did let it out of the bag, Dr. Eric Williams of Teaneck, New Jersey. At 9:40 p.m., I left the voicemail stating my intent to file ethics charges and calling them out. And I got this text at 10:15 last night, or sorry, 10:13 p.m. last night. Hello, Matt. After meeting with Carrie and Aaron, I am able to speak with you. I could speak with you next Wednesday. I will be available from 4 to 4:30, a half hour. My fee for the consultation is $150. Please let me know if you would like to proceed. I will be forwarding you my mailing address. I don't need you to forward my mailing address. I have it already, stupid. It's everywhere. That's how the internet works. Also, Aaron has agreed to speak with you by phone from my office during a future session. I would have to prearrange. I'll wait to hear back from you. Told him, check your voicemail. I got this 3 minutes later. Please cease your communications with me. I am blocking this number. You could drive a golf ball from my front yard to his backyard. But is that all? Is that the only thing about where Mr. Eric K. Williams, social worker who recruits children off the Woodridge sports fields? Is that the only thing about where he is, where he lives?
I never told anybody to do any of those things. I'm not doing it now.
So then why, Carolyn, okay, when I put everything to private and just made the cryptic video, did you demand your money back? Huh? Why? No, hey, what's going on? Are you all right? You knew I had an accident, which you made clear in the comment section, because you also posted in the comment section that you donated on June the 1st before my scooter accident. So, like, my injury wasn't your concern at that point. My comments are just based on your email and what you wrote in the comments section, Carolyn. So before I even did this, you're harping on money. I never asked you to donate the amounts you donated, Carolyn. First time you contacted me, you asked me what people donate, and I gave you a range. I'm like, for individual videos, I've received anywhere from $25 to $250, and you were donating $250 when you did videos. Usually, sometimes and I was very generous, and I appreciated it. Believe me, I appreciate it, and it helped a lot of people as well. Why you keep fucking trifling with the beast? The beast ain't giving you the money, he ain't giving you the answers you want, Carolyn. All he's gonna do is make you look like a greedy bitch. First, I want to thank you for all your support and your contributions and everything you've done for the channel. I do appreciate it. But I can't help you anymore. This is beyond anything I can do or my opinion, because you're not going to stay away. You're not going to stay away. You're obsessed with the money, with the fairness, with your brother. It's an obsession with you at this point. And money is a tool. Money is a tool that's been used against you, and it's a tool I think you use against others, which is pretty apparent what you tried to do to me. I'm not for sale, Carolyn.
Because this is nothing more than another attempt to sabotage me, to basically get you fired, which is what the left does, which is why I make those videos to begin with. Trying to take your money away, take your ability to live away for not liking what I'm saying.
It was probably fresh on his mind that he had just burned her pretty bad, and he publicly shamed her. So he knew she might have an axe she wanted to grind. So based merely on the suspicion that Carolyn had displeased him, he doxed her. He's recently taken the video down, but he did dox her to threaten her and intimidate her. He doxed her full name, email, phone number, and address.
I never told anybody to do any of those things. I'm not doing it now.
I'm Ollie Mathews. This is The Narcissistic Resistance. I take no pleasure in what I'm about to do. Also, with regard to my comment to where we were having a dialogue about child support in New Jersey, I was merely disagreeing with you because you had inaccurately stated that child support cannot be lowered, and that is absolutely not true.
Hello everyone, this is Angela here, and today I want to address the community again over this whole fiasco with the Ollie Mathews situation. But first I want to recap on how this all started in case you guys are coming in here and wondering what the hell's going on. This all started with a comment that I commented on his video talking about how the mortgage was not resolved even after he trusted his ex-wife to take his name off the mortgage. And I had commented on that video and said, well, why didn't you why didn't you call the mortgage company yourself and do it yourself, or have your attorney show the divorce agreement or whatever paperwork? It's like, you're going to depend on somebody who's a narcissist to do this for you? And it's like, well, this is how you end up in situations like you are. And he didn't like the fact that I said that. And then he mentioned something about child support. And I had said to him, it's not true. Child support can be lowered. And then he made, in his video where he's calling me a lunatic, he said that child support by law, it can be lowered, but it never happens. And I'm here to tell this community that that is absolutely untrue. Okay? It's absolutely untrue. We had a client who was back in child support for over $20,000, and he hired my boss to resolve the situation and have the child support lowered. And his situation was the fact that he couldn't afford it. Something happened and he couldn't afford it. So my boss went to mediation with his ex and the hearing officer, and they assessed the appropriate child support according to the guidelines, and they agreed to settle for the back child support for half. That's why you hire attorneys. So yes, it can be done, and we're talking about in Pennsylvania. Okay, and I'm sure that in other states it can be done. So if you're in a situation like that, people, talk to an attorney. Don't listen to this person. He's not a licensed attorney, and he's giving you bad advice, okay?
I never told anybody to do any of those things. I'm not doing it now.
Derp derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp derp derp.
How about you guys ask him how far he is on child support? Years. Now that's a deadbeat. Oh, but he claims that the government sends his daughter tax returns. Wow, what a great father, huh? Not a deadbeat at all. I can't afford it. I can't afford child support. Okay, I will say this once again. Okay, I have been out of work for 3 years trying to find a job. I'm going to be 43 years old on Sunday. It's nearly impossible to find a job. So, and with your guys' support and your guys' suggestion to do this full time, this is what I'm doing. I am doing this now full time. So, you know, my wife works full time. She can't carry the full load. You know, I decided, because everything had pushed me right back to this channel, to do this channel full time and to give it my real all and a real shot. So, you know, that's why you've been seeing so many videos. I think I made over 100 videos since I started these campaigns. As it stands right now, this is my job. This is my future. This is what my career is going to be. At some point, you have to stop and look at the reality and say, you know what? They don't want you in the workforce anymore. You're going to be 43 years old in 11 days, and they don't want to hire an overqualified 43-year-old who it's nearly impossible to get rid of now, even in a right-to-work state. Who would want to work in a warehouse long term? And this just goes to show you why nothing I ever did or anything we ever do is ever taken seriously. I was a firefighter. I saved lives. I ran multi-million-dollar locations in the biggest retail store in the world. I should run back into a warehouse, though. That's where he wants to see me. Not that it was beneath me. I would have taken a warehouse job because it paid pretty well. Who would want to? It would have made my life a whole lot better at the time. Saying this, that he could work there, but he won't. It's not like I'm not working and I'm not making money here. It's just not the way you want me to make money.
I just wanted to spend time with my daughter.
Where you got to snap on, Aaron. You can't help it. It's who you are. who you are. You're going to pull one of your big explosions in her face because she didn't give her your way. Sure, you've wanted to already. How to restrain yourself. Why? You know that whole script that you have written up there can be flipped with one little freak out on that kid. Erin Marie. Erin Marie. You don't want your dad now. You don't want us now. Don't come looking when we make it. As I will get to a point where this all will be fixed. But Erin Marie, don't you think for a goddamn minute. Not for a minute, Erin. Not for a minute that you're gonna reject me like this and then just run to the better deal. Nuh-uh. Ain't happening.
The reason why I don't hear from my daughter is because she's being bribed by my parents and my ex-wife not to talk to me. Plain and simple. Can't make it any clearer. They buy her whatever she wants to treat me like shit and refuse to even call me, talk to me, have anything to do with me. Last time I talked to her was on her birthday after I sent her a present, and I had to end the call because the last time I talked to her, she told me to go fuck myself and hung up on me at 9 years old. At the end of the call, I told her, we're going to address what you said to me, and again, she started telling me to go fuck myself at 10 years old. I haven't heard from her since. I didn't hear from her on Father's Day. I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get anything.
You know, the one thing I kept asking, because I got him, like, what are you so mad about, Erin? And she couldn't tell me. All she could tell me is she knew about this channel and I was a big fat liar. I'm like, and I asked her, well, what am I lying about? She couldn't tell me. I was hearing a combination of my mother, my ex-wife, and my father's words coming out of Erin's mouth.
That girl has no idea how the world works, and that's the way they want it. They want the narrative of the world to be their narrative, what they decide is the true story of how the world works.
Right.
She's going to be blindsided the minute she leaves that house.
She's never left, so.
She's never left. She's going to be blindsided by the real world. McFaddy is fucking blindsided by the real world. She can't deal with it. She hides behind your parents.
Yep.
And now she's making a little minion version of herself the same way that's not going to be able to deal with the real world, real consequences. She's just going to think that she can act however she wants to get her way, and then nothing will ever happen depending on how she acts. That's not how the world works.
I know that.
You act fucked up, and then something's going to happen to you.
When I end up spotting a borderline down low male, I get the I get the emails and the questions in the comments. How do you know this? How do you keep spotting this?
You must understand that the reason Matthew talks about this is because he is both borderline and a narcissist. Oh, well, you exposed me. Wow. Wow. Oh, I better go run away. Oh, well. Oh, shit. I'm telling everybody else they're borderline, but it's really me. Wow.
Stay the fuck away from me. Don't talk to me.
You just keep doing what you're doing. You keep making a complete fucking horse's ass out of yourself. And I'm going to keep posting videos.